Here's a threshold. You're coming closer. You're coming closer. And then you eat a piece of cheese. All right. And then you're coming closer, then closer. Then you have some bread. All right. Then you're coming closer and then closer. So this is what you're doing. You will never get there. If you want to get a full recovery, stop getting sicker. What if I eat a little cheese and egg occasionally? Will that interfere with the healing process? What kind of bread can I have? Great question. And yes, 100% it does. Think of it this way, guys. So this has been a metaphor that's been working really well for people lately. If you guys know me, you know I'm always trying to think of ways to visualize the process to help you guys understand. So think of it this way. Let's estimate, we're just going to pick a number. Let's estimate that you have 100 trillion cells in your body, okay? So you have 100 trillion cells in your body, and you can have a significant amount of cells in your body be sick and still feel normal. Right? You have to hit a threshold of a certain amount of cells to be sick before you ever have a symptom. So for example, let's say, and I'm making up this number, so nobody like Google it and say, she's crazy. Like, I'm making up this number. Let's say it's 5 million cells that you need to be sick, all right? Making that up, but let's just posit that it's 5 million cells. So if 5 million cells need to be sick to be healthy, and you have 4,999,000 cells that are sick, how do you feel? You feel normal. You feel healthy, energy for days, no rashes, no pain, nothing. You get one more sick cell because you ate a piece of cheese, because you had a bad day at work, because somebody died, because you had a fight with your husband. Something happens that creates inflammation that triggers one more cell. Boom, one more cell, 5 million cells, you have a disease. And that's why a lot of people feel like they got sick overnight. You didn't get sick overnight. You got sick over time, and you collected sick cells until finally you hit a threshold where you now have symptoms now you're sick, right? So think of it that way now, that you're trying to heal, right? So you're drinking green smoothies, and you're drinking your water, and you're meditating, and you're doing self-care, and you're working on your boundaries, you're working on your relationships. Maybe you read Goodbye Autoimmune Disease, and you're working on forgiveness, and you're working on your food addictions, and you're healing your spirit, right? So you're doing all that kind of stuff. And what's happening? You're getting recovery. Cells are healing, because you can't do this and nourish yourself this way and not have cells heal. So cells are healing. You're getting healthier, right? So you're coming this way. Here's a threshold. You're coming closer. You're coming closer. And then you eat a piece of cheese. All right. And then you're coming closer, then closer. Then you have some bread. All right. Then you're coming closer and then closer. So this is what you're doing. You will never get there. Okay. So if you want to get a full recovery, stop getting sicker. Stop getting sicker. How is a bite of cheese or a piece of bread worth you not getting your health back? That is the food addict talking, okay? And I'm not just calling you out as a food addict. Everyone's a food addict. I used to be a food addict. It's just what it is. We have created drug-like foods, or food-like drugs, as I like to call them, that people are so addicted to, and addicts come up with reasons to keep up their behavior. I worked in addiction for a long time, working with the homeless and working with youth that were addicted to things like speed and heroin, and it was really rough, okay? And they would come up with ways to justify their behavior. It's Friday night. Everybody else was doing it. What's a little bit going to do, right? And it was destroying their lives. But it wasn't until they were so devastatingly at rock bottom, homeless, nowhere to go, nobody wants to help them anymore, that they finally realized, maybe I need to stop using. Well, it's the same thing with these food-like drugs, okay? Your brain wants to eat the cheese because it's an addict. That's why. So you need to recognize that and say, no, that's the addict talking, but the addict's going to keep me away from the life and the health that I want. I can't listen to the addict, okay? So that little, why would you do that? Getting better, bite of cheese. Is it worth it? It's not worth it.